Blessing, shalom, Apostle B, Apostle Bernard of Watchmanonwalls International Fellowship based in Fort Mill, South Carolina. Hey, we're at the end of the month, and I pray that you've had an incredible month. This has been, for me, it's been a month of wins, and I just rejoice in the Lord for the progress, for the blessings, just for the impact and the influence that He's given me to touch so many people's lives around the world. Well, I've got a prophetic word. I had a series of dreams maybe 2 weeks ago, so this word has been birthing, has really been moving in my spirit for the last 2 weeks, and I was supposed to release it last week. I just didn't have the time, and so I've got to get this word out today. And in a series of dreams, and these dreams were personal, but often what God will do in my life, He'll give me dreams which addresses matters, personal matters in my life, and then God will say to me, you know, give this to the people. So in that way, my ministry is a lot like the ministry of Prophet Ezekiel. However, I'm not a prophet. You know, although persons call me Prophet Bernard, I'm not a prophet. I am an apostle to the people of God. But since last year, since 2017, the Lord has given me experiences, and then He has led me to share it, not to keep it. Because I am, you may not know this, but I'm a very private person, introverted person, but and so in these series of dreams, the dreams were really all about me. But this is what I heard the Lord saying for all of us, okay? There's an emotional pull on many of the people of God who has been in a hard place. You obeyed God. Some of you left home. You left the cities where you lived for a long time. You left town, you left family. Like Abraham, you went forth not really knowing where you was going or what you were facing. You were obedient to God and you went forth. So this word is specifically for you that have had moves in your life over the last 7 years. I heard the Lord say, this is for those of my people who I have moved in the last 7 years. I gave an earlier word about how many of us are coming to the end of transition. Many of us have been in transition for 7 years, going back to 2011, but now the transition is ending and we have fully come out and we have crossed over. But now there is this emotional pull where many of us are feeling like we want to go back. Like we're regretting where we are, and we feel like we want to go back. Some of you, the Lord has called you out of jobs. He's either called you into full-time business or full-time ministry. I see that in the spirit. And you left a job, but now you want to go back to the job. You've been really challenged in your life, and now you want to go back to the past. You want to go back home. You want to go back. Some of you have ended relationships that were toxic and abusive, and now you want to go back to that person, although they have not changed. And this is what the Lord is saying. The Lord is saying that that pull on your heart is not His will for you. That pull on your heart is actually your flesh that desires familiar things, the easy things. Where you are now, the Lord says you are winning and you are prospering in the midst of what looks hard. Because there are just times when you have to go through hard seasons. There are times where you got to go through hard work. You got to go through hard places to get to that fruitful place. Many of you have been going through warfare, but the warfare is pushing you to Rehoboth. That's another word the Lord has been really dealing with me. Isaac had to go through warfare with the Philistines to get to the place called Rehoboth, and Rehoboth means room enough to be fruitful. And so in the midst of what you've been going through, in the midst of your trials, you are actually being delivered to Rehoboth. So I need to tell you to hold on. Don't give up. Don't give in to those feelings and that emotion of regret. Don't give in to that desire to go back to the familiar. Don't go in. I hear the Lord saying, my people can't go back, because I'm calling you to go forward. Yes, it's not been easy. No, you've had disappointment. No, things have not worked out for you the way you thought. No, you've not gotten the support from the people that you were looking for. But the Lord says, if you hold on, I'm bringing you to Rehoboth. I'm bringing you to that place where you shall be fruitful. I'm bringing you to that place where you will be enlarged. I'm bringing you, the Lord says, to that place where you're going to prosper. And so the Lord says, break off the regret. In the dreams that I was having, that's what the Lord was dealing with me. He was saying, break off the regret. Stop letting the people from the past influence you. Stop letting those connections from the past influence you. The people that you left, the places that you left. Amen. Don't hear those voices. Lot's wife heard the voices of the past, and she looked back and lost her life. Don't be like Lot's wife. God bless you. We'll be back in a few days. Shalom.